Howdy doody all, welcome back to Mudstomp Solves. With finally time to do one of the two puzzles my wife got me before she went away last year. So it's been a number of months. Unfortunately, I didn't get to do them while she was gone. I was really hoping to get into them. I'm sure she was hoping I'd have time to. I did not. It's been busy as hectic since then. Obviously, I've done all these other videos and that's so it's sort of been, there's a process there where I haven't gotten to these. Now's the time to have a go at this one. I want to do this 1500 one and then I'm going to do the 2000 piece in another video probably. I think, I don't know. I'll see how I go with it. I might do them side by side. I might do, you'll find out in the video. But I'm really looking forward to this. This is essentially Beauty and the Beast. So you've got Beauty and the Beast down here, you've got Belle's father over here, you've got Gaston down here somewhere, and the townspeople. I'm nervous about the clouds more than anything. Always am. Having said that, there is a nice color gradient, so I'm hoping that'll go quite readily once I get into it. It's the kind of puzzle you look at from a distance, it seems quite dark, but when you look up close, there's so many vibrant colors. I am really hoping this is just going to come together. So yeah, let's get sorting and see what happens. Okay, well that's that finished. Just quickly, I wanted to get this really done just to show how much dust is left behind on these. So quite a bit, as you can see. Any Disney Thomas Kinkade puzzle pretty much tends to have these. Thomas Kinkade in general, I've found, does have quite a bit of dust, but these are the typical sort of shapes and sizes you'll get in Thomas Kinkade. So quite thin pieces, but they do connect very well and they have quite a random cut to them. You do end up with quite a bit of pieces where it's sort of like this sort of shape, which can be a bit frustrating, but it's not like superbly numbered, but it's just, yeah, it is what it is. So anyway, piles we've got, I've done edge pieces. I'm looking forward to having a go at those. I think that'll be fun. We've got grey pieces, so these are sort of the tiled areas near the castles and stuff for the most part, I think. I've then put sort of all rose and tree related bits over here. This in particular is the stuff in the top left corner of the puzzle. If you have a quick look at the poster, if I can get it open with one hand, that's going to mostly go up in here, I think. So yeah, Cat joining me as per usual. Then have, these are character pieces, not many in that pile unfortunately, it's quite hard to pick a lot of them out, but it's faces mostly, so at least when I get to doing the faces I'll know, Belle and her father and Gaston. I've got a few bits and pieces, so yeah, a couple of bits of the candelabra and things like that. This is the light bluey purple sections, which I'm going to assume is this bit in here pretty much. Followed by a bigger pile of light blue, dark blue, and then blue with clouds, it seems. So I'm guessing the light blue is going to be a lot of sort of around here, up here, the darker blue up there, and then the blue clouds probably just across here or something. Then we've got yellow pieces. So most of this I'm hoping is going to be Belle's dress, and then this is sort of the lit up areas. So for the most part, yeah, it's going to be all this and then sort of in here-ish and a little bit there, I think. So pretty telltale to separate out. I also had, these are sort of pinky purple bits. I think most of them will be sort of this area here, but I'm not 100% certain on that. We'll see. There's a bit of purple on the castle and that, so it could be a bit of that too. I'll just have to see what happens. Then we've got over here, so that's the castle bits. So basically all the lights in the castle, you can see on the cover there's a lot of those going on. And then these are sort of castle spires and things like that. I think the grey will probably have a bit of the walls, and then the rest will be sort of in this miscellaneous pile, I think. So that's a bit bigger than I wanted it to be, but largely speaking, it sort of helped me just finish off, and I wanted to finish sorting so I could show you the dust in it. So yeah, it just sort of got to a point. These are bits that are a little bit hard to tell where they're going to go and what they're connected with. But I think once the rest of it's done, they'll probably slot in pretty quick and easy. So yeah, I'm kind of anticipating quite a few quick, easy bits. And then a bit of work on things like these rose chains and stuff around there, that sort of thing. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to just obviously see how it goes. It's only 1,500 pieces and biggest Thomas Kinkade I've done ever, but in fact double the biggest because I've done up to 750, I think it was roughly, with the Peter Pan one I did a little while back, which you can go back and have a look at if you want. But anyway, that's where it's at. And so I'm going to start and just do some bits and bobs, and I'll catch you up when I get, well, somewhat through it. We'll see what happens. Alrighty, well, so we've gotten to this, as you can see. I can honestly say this has been quite the enjoyable process so far. I'm really looking forward to continuing. I want to try and get this dark blue patch done. It's probably hard to see at the moment. My lighting's not the best, unfortunately. I've turned the light away to try and make it less glary, but it does mean that it's sort of hard to see the darker bits. It's actually quite bright for a puzzle for the most part. Or at least what I've done so far. It's probably going to be about getting a lot darker soon. But yeah, so essentially I've got all the flower sort of work and the vines on all of here. I've got separated out, sorted. So I'm going to start building this bit in here and then sort of try and get most of up here done and connect it up there. And then, like I said, I want to work on the dark blues here, slightly lighter blues, and then in the middle you've got sort of this clouding, pinking, and then a bit of background, and that's probably going to do the bulk of it, to be honest. Yeah, it's a lovely puzzle, to be quite frank. I'm just going to try and twist my light around to have a bit better look at it. It's a bit darker than I was anticipating, but anyway. as you can see with the glare. Bit hard to work on. But anyway, it's definitely coming along, and I am really, really glad that I decided to have a go at this. So yeah. Anyway, let me get into it, and I'll talk a bit more about it afterwards, I guess. But it's just really lovely. And again, for those who aren't familiar with it, the Thomas Kinkade related puzzles always have this sort of random cut going on, and it just makes it so nice finding pieces to fit, and so on. And it just really made it really lovely to just put everything together and start connecting it all. And I love doing it in chunks the way I did and put the chunks together. It's a shame. I'd love to get a puzzle one day where I have all the chunks done and then just lay it all out, but that'll never happen because puzzles don't work that way. But that's all right. Yeah, that's really hard to see. It's a lot better in natural light, unfortunately, but in the sense of I don't get natural light very well at the moment. But anyway, like I said, I'm going to get back into it. I am really excited. If I can get all this greenery done, it's going to be great, I think. So yeah, let's have a look. Alrighty, so having a quick look at the poster, we can now have a look and see roughly where I'm up to. Done a little bit of patchwork and combination here and there. I do apologise about the lighting reflection. It's getting shocking to work late at night, unfortunately, but yeah. So anyway, I've basically done this section in here, obviously. Most of the outside sort of areas I'm very close to sort of finishing. It's become a little bit more complex than I hoped for, mainly because my miscellaneous pile is quite a bit larger than what I thought. So essentially anything that was super obvious got sorted and is now in the puzzle. Out of all of the sorted piles, I've got this few pieces here, and I've got these blues basically left sorted into shape on the board. So maybe 100, 200 pieces maybe. By far the most of what's left over is this tray here, and this is the miscellaneous tray. I shifted it from a little tray to this just to have it spread out, and managed to find a few pieces while I was doing it. So now like Beast is almost complete because a few of these sorts of bits were sort of hidden in that miscellaneous pile. They were just hard to differentiate at the time. Now I'm kind of at a point where I can recognize a lot of these pieces once I look at them slowly and know roughly where they go. Unlike this pile, which I look at most of these individually and they're still a mystery to me, which these light bits in particular are really annoying about that. You just think, like, looking at this picture, that anything with light on it would be really easy to figure out and know where it goes, and it's not. So my best bet is that I haven't done the horse yet, and so I'm guessing a lot of it is around the horse basically. But yeah, I challenged myself to do some of the sky and the dark blue in the corners and then the tree up here. Sorry, I've got this all covered up again because I'm moving everything around. So that was really neat to actually get a good chunk of that out of the way. And yeah, I was pretty impressed with myself, to be honest with that, because normally I would leave that stuff to last. But it's really, yeah, it was nice to get a lot of it out of the way. Unfortunately, most of this hole is going to be this tray. So it's going to be a bit slow going. I've had a couple of goes at it, but I think my brain was just a bit fried after doing all of this and that. And so I just need a breather from it before I try again in some good lighting or something. This area down here is probably going to be the worst because it's sort of roads and trees and town and whatnot. So, well, not town, but you get the idea, like just all this bit. So it is the town actually. There you go. I keep looking at it and noticing new details. My point being is most of that is in the miscellaneous pile. So that's going to be a hard bit, but I think I'm going to go through the miscellaneous tray next and try and just get as much patchwork done as I can, particularly this area because it's looking so patchy. I'd love to get that just finished off and not have to come back to it. But yeah, this will definitely be the final push before the end of the video, so to speak, and so what. But yeah, I am enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. Unfortunately, I've got an uncomfortable seat at the moment because I'm trying to change desks and whatnot. So if I get my new desk by the time I finish, you'll see the new desk in the video. But otherwise, yeah. I will say just too quickly, this section was beautifully done, beautiful to do. This is very symptomatic of a Thomas Kinkade in my mind. Anything that has like a rainbow or an aurora or something like that, it's just a very nice color gradient where you can very track your colors as you go. So it was very evident where I was at in that and being able to work through it. So that was lovely. Anyway, let me get back into it and yeah, I'll see you on the other side basically. Well, there you have it, folks. Finally finished. I say finally because it's been a few weeks of, it's not taken me long in a sense, but because of the family sickness I've been posting about when I haven't been able to put a video out, it's just delayed me doing my editing and yeah, getting it finished. But I can honestly say there's two facets to it. One is, given my current lighting situation, I'm in Australia. I don't get a lot of natural light in the house we're in. The lights I've got at the moment are just playing havoc with glare, unfortunately. So given that, this puzzle has been quite a dark puzzle to solve overall. The early bits, as I said, were quite light and bright. The later bits, up close, the colours are nice and things like that, but just because of the slight glare, if you're off on a slight angle or anything, it's really hard to see a lot. So it was a lot of very piece to my face kind of bits trying to figure it out. That being said though, it's a beautiful puzzle. The standard of Thomas Kinkade puzzles, I will say it again and again, it's just, I love it. I love the flow of colors. I love how the pictures work for the most part. It's just my favorite type of puzzle to do. I'm eager to find something as similar, to be honest. I really love irregular cut puzzles. I know a lot of people aren't that fond of them. I don't understand it from that perspective. For me, it gives you pieces that match quite readily and easily. So it's very easy to tell which piece you want in which place a lot of the time. The color gradients that I mentioned before as they go through, you know, rainbows and auroras and going from dark to light, to me it's a very gradual thing that you can see nicely in them, and the puzzle cut just aids with doing that. The connectivity in these puzzles is just incredible. It's the kind of thing I was just checking before, and it just blows my mind that for a puzzle like this, you can literally just pick it up and off you go. And I just find that incredible. Now, I will say I lost a couple of pieces in that process just then, but for argument's sake, that shows you that with just an impromptu notion, you can move a Thomas Kinkade puzzle around and not suffer much for it. The smaller puzzles I've done of his, so if you go back to like my 100 subscriber special and things like that, there's 100-piece puzzles in that, and they're like little boards basically. They're really lovely to do in that regard. The pieces connect nicely, and it just, yeah, I can't say anything else. I love it. I love them so much. And yeah, all of my other puzzle pickups have been sort of very delicate, careful pickups. That, like I said, that was a completely impromptu pickup. I looked at it just before and thought I might give it a go, and that was it, and okay, yeah, so there's 3 spots where the puzzle pieces were just slightly a bit too loose, and that, but yeah, I mean, to do that, it's just, I think that's just an incredible connectivity. And for such a thin puzzle piece too, I will add. That's the thing. These puzzle pieces are, they're cardboard thickness. They're not even like, they're not thick like a Ravensburger or anything. So yeah, it's just, they're just really nice. That whole idea of like the soft click fit with the slightly thicker pieces, this doesn't, it matches it in my mind. But anyway, this puzzle in particular, again, the Disney Thomas Kinkades, there's some really bright ones. The 2000 piece I've got coming up is a lot brighter, I believe. So that one's going to be even more lovely to do. The Peter Pan one I did was very bright. The 15K puzzle, we all know where that ended up. I'm going to try more of that later, probably, because I'm into self-torture, it seems. But even with the darkness of this puzzle, it's just a beautiful picture and image. And honestly speaking, it's from Caeco, which I've recently heard there's some issues with Caeco. Like, a lot of people don't like their puzzles and that. So I don't get it. I love this puzzle, so I don't get it. And it's nothing against anyone else. I mean, maybe I just haven't hit those puzzles. Maybe it's the puzzles I can get. I'm just lucky that they're really good. I don't know. But yeah, I would highly recommend these puzzles. I'm really looking forward to doing the 2000 piece very, very soon. I've got a couple of things I want to do in between, but I'm going to do the 2000 piece next as a big puzzle. That's The Little Mermaid. And so yeah, lots of color, lots of brightness, I think. So it's going to be fun to sort and all the rest of it. Where I go after that, I don't know. I've got a few 3000s and stuff lying around, and a couple of bigger projects that have been waiting, and I think I'm going to really try and get into them in the next coming weeks. School holidays are up soon, as some of you may know. I'm a teacher, so 2 weeks from now I'm going to have the school holidays, so I hope to actually get quite a bit more recording done during the holidays and get into it. But yeah, on the whole of it, this puzzle's just beautiful, and I really, really adore them, and I just can't wait to do more at this point. And I'm really hoping some of the big ones I've got coming up are going to be really fun and exciting too, even though they're not Thomas Kinkade and whatnot. So yeah, and I'll also say we're closing up to, I think it's 260 subscribers at the minute, or close enough, which I just want to say thank you very much for following. I got a recent boost in numbers, and that was really exciting, so it's keeping me going, so thank you. But at 300 subscribers, I'm hoping to do another special video, basically a whole bunch of 300-piece puzzles. So yeah, keep an eye out for that one. Probably, well, I don't know when, it depends when we hit 300, but I'd like to hope within a month or so. I've been working on it gradually, in between things, so I've got a couple more puzzles in between to do, small ones for that video, but that one should be fun. And I've got a couple of more block builds and things like that coming up, and I want to have a go at a gem art eventually, and a book nook type thing and stuff. Those are sort of bordering more on craft, I guess, but honestly, to my mind, the whole idea behind this channel is just things that you build in the sense of putting bits together. So hence the block builds, hence the puzzles, and obviously doing pen and paper puzzles as well for the solving aspect of it as well. So it's, a variation of solves, if you will, but I think they all have intricacies and sort of the same attention to detail. So I really hope you're enjoying array of videos in that regard. I know YouTube tends to like you to sort of stick to one thing, but well, you know, I'm building the channel the way I want to build it, aren't I? So hopefully you're all enjoying it. And as per usual, I just want to say again, thank you very much for watching. And if you want to keep me going, keep doing the things, the likes, subscribes and comments and all the rest of it. And otherwise, I will hopefully have another video next week, not being delayed by illness again. And we'll continue on our way with a video a week, hopefully. So yeah, until then, enjoy the picture of the puzzle and we'll see you then. Let's stop out. Bye.